Hello, guys and gals. This is CC coming at you today. Listen, I was wanting to teach you guys how to trade Forex. I recently passed my FTMO prop firm test. A prop firm is a company that provides trading capital for you. You take the test, and if you can pass it and pass the evaluation, you can trade with their money. The biggest problem with Forex traders or any trader beginning trading is money. If you're working a job, you can slowly build up your money, but it takes a little money in your account to really make some serious profits. The test I took was a $100,000 test, and they give you a set of requirements. You can't lose over $1,000 in a day, and that accumulates over a period of time. So if you didn't use the 1,000 the day before, it goes on the next day. You can't lose over 10% of the account, so 10,000 on a $100,000 account for the period of your trading time. And anything you lose, you have to recoup and then make $10,000 on top of that. So it's not a hard test, not impossible. It's probably the hardest trading test on Forex that I know as far as prop firms, but it's a general standardized test. But once you pass it, you are pretty much considered a professional trader, and you trade with their capital. On a typical $100,000 account, you can make a minimum of $10,000 a month, and they is what they do. They're going to keep 10 to 20% of your profits, and you're going to keep the rest. So say you make $20,000 in 1 month. Off of that $20,000, you're going to keep 16, right around 16,000. I imagine most of you guys can live off 16,000 a month, and $20,000, anywhere between $10,000 and $20,000 is a very realistic goal. I passed my test in 4 days and had to wait for the 5th trading day, because they also have a minimum requirement of 5 trading days. So I had to place a small trade in order to get my 5th trading day, but I actually had passed the test in 4 days. Okay, so Forex is the biggest market in the world. Also, I'm skipping ahead. Also, if you're thinking right now, this sounds good, but it's going to take a long time for me to learn. I'm going to try to teach you guys how to make profitable trades in just a few short lessons so you can begin learning. It don't cost you any money. You can set up a demo account that's free, and you can make money with offshore accounts, and whatever country you're in, it's between you and you on whether if you but there's a lot of people out there that's experienced gang stalking, group harassments, and on the job harassments, and they've lost their jobs because maybe they didn't jump through the hoops or whatever, and these people went behind the scenes and did illegal activities to cause them to lose their jobs, but that's a whole nother story. But this system is for you, because you can make money from anywhere in the world with an internet connection, and you can make enough money to hire private investigators. You can make enough money to get the right investigators, the right attorneys, and put these people where they belong, in prison, and we can stop this gang stalking phenomena. This epidemic is what the Department of Justice calls it. But the reason nothing's being done about it is because no one has a plan or standing up. I'm going to tell you, there's strength in numbers, and there's even more strength in organized numbers. So if everybody got together and formed a single account and presented this problem to a reputable investigation team with the funds, everybody chips in a little money. Everybody is responsible. You have legal documents drawn up. Nobody can take the money out. It's kind of like a GoFundMe, okay? And then that money is presented to an investigation team that agrees to take on the task. And I personally have my own investigation going on, and they're very good investigators. But this would be something that the group would have to figure out. But I'm not trying to get in that, but I'm trying to teach you guys Forex. But that's maybe the reason you might want to learn Forex is because they cannot mess with your money. You hear me? Because you're dealing with global finances and you're dealing with countries outside of the United States. It's not like they can call these guys up. I've already had this discussion with the guys at FTMO, and they said absolutely not. We do not listen to anything from the United States. And I'm not promoting here any kind of activities that are illegal. I'm just saying, if you want to get away from somebody that is harassing you or manipulating with your finances, this is the way to do it. And so anyway, I'm going to give a brief overview of what the Forex is. It's the biggest global market in the world. It's the trading of currencies. If you've ever been to a foreign country and you had so much American money to buy things in that country, you can't use American money, so you have to exchange it. Okay, say you exchange some money, you don't spend any of it, and while you're in the country, the value of the money goes up or down, okay? When you come back to the exchange, going back to the United States, and you exchange it again back in the dollars, depending on whether that exchange rate went up or down, depends on if you made money or lost money. The value of one money went down in price and the value of the other money went up in price, well, then you're going to make money or lose money. Okay, so that's the basics of the Forex. It's called the foreign exchange. Okay, and the way you trade it in lots. That's a quantity of currencies. Also, I want to back up a little bit because I was saying earlier that a lot of people say, hey, this sounds good, and it don't cost no money to get started. It don't cost no money to learn, and you can set up demo accounts to practice trade, but it does take some time to learn. My whole goal is to get you guys profitable. You might not understand why you're profitable, but to get you profitable in about 2 weeks on demo accounts, and then get you a basic foundation. I'm going to provide links to videos that you can go watch on YouTube to help you understand and explain things to you on your own time. But today I just wanted to explain this to you and about auto traders, auto bots. This is something a lot of you guys may want to look into. I don't know. I don't personally use auto bots, but that's the wave of the future, and a lot of big trading places are using the bots. So they do work. They're very successful. And basically, a trading bot goes and looks for certain trade setups, depending on the trading strategy, and they place the trades for you. You have to tell the bot how much to risk, how much to reward. You set the bot up, but it just goes out and places trades looking for setups over and over and over. Excuse me. Over and over and over, and your account builds over time because it is making money. It'll lose a trade, and it may get the next 2 trades. It'll lose another trade, and then it may get the next 3 trades, and then it loses 2 trades, and then it gets 4 trades, and then you're just constantly building your money up, okay? So that's how it works. You're not going to win 100% of the trades on Forex. You can, it's possible. I have had 22 trades in a row that I got, but I use news to place them. And that brings up the next point. There's 2 trading styles. One is fundamentals, which is news, and the next is technical with charts. Okay, if you mix the 2 together, if you read the news and you enter on a technical setup based on the news is what moves the markets. Every month, there's news data releases. Excuse me again. News data releases, economic data release. Here, let me show you right here today. I'm going to go over here to Forex Factory. Okay, that's where I go to get my news. Okay, I can go down this chart, and I can look and see when the economic data releases. The red folders are high impact news. Okay, You see it says up there impact. The yellow ones are low. The orange ones are medium. The red folder news is the news that really makes the markets move. It can you can make money. Okay. It's got the dates, the times, everything. So you can be waiting for the news. You can get stuff like this right here, these pop-ups, news pop-ups. All this stuff helps. You don't have to have it, and you don't have to know about this starting off. Look, yesterday, major news, okay? That news right there caused a huge rise in the USD. And if we wanted to go look at it, we could go up here to tradingview.com. Now, I'm kind of getting off subject, but I want to show you guys what happened from that news yesterday. We're going to go to you see how I'm typing that in? Euro USD is the most highly traded currency pair on the face of the earth. Okay. Now then, I'm going to go down to my broker. Here's the brokers, FXCM, Wanda. I'm using the Forex.com United States because that's where I first began and marked my charts up. And each broker has different spreads and prices. Okay. We've got two currencies here. We've got the Euro and the USD. The first one is the Euro. It's always your base pair or your primary currency. It's the Euro versus the USD, basically. Okay? So yesterday, the USD had some very good news come out right there. Okay, so since the USD is in secondary position, that means that it should cause the markets to go down. If the USD was in the first position, the markets would have went up. Let's go look at yesterday. And we look at that big red candle right there, okay? This was a trade that I had placed on my FTMO challenge back last week, 2 weeks ago, okay? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. And when I placed this trade, it was in the yellow, right in this area, and then my target profit was that green mark, went up and hit, and my stop loss was down there. So I took profit right there, and you see there's zones in here. See how that went across right there, and then it drops down in this level and goes across, and it drops down. That's a downtrend. You see, the whole thing is going from left to right. So we want to get in that downtrend. The trend is your friend. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for downtrends and uptrends, and then we're looking for news to enter. So yesterday, that news come out, and I was watching Powell on the news feed, and when he started talking about 50-point rate hikes going up on the interest rates, well, I automatically knew that the USD just shot through the roof, okay? And it did. And by the USD shooting up, it caused the Euro USD because the USD got stronger against the Euro. So it went down on the chart, but if you want to look at the actual strength of the dollar, you come over here and we're going to type in DXY. Now, you don't need to know this right now, but I'm just showing you how the market works. So we go to DXY. That's the dollar index. See? US dollar currency index. Okay, we're going to pick this top one. And look, that's the same thing that happened on the Euro. It's just inverted. That news came out yesterday. Look at that big candle. Now, the guys that were right in this area right here when that news come out, they heard that news and they started placing buy orders. And thousands and thousands and thousands of people all at once started placing buy orders, and that's what caused that to drive up. Now it's going back down. That's called a pullback. It's getting set up for another trade, okay? And you can clearly see the DXY is on an uptrend. It's lower over here than it is over here. That's an uptrend. You read from left to right. You always want to trade with the trend. You never want to trade a sell when it's up high. I mean, you want to wait for it to pull back, and then when it comes down like this, then you do a buy. You want it for it to pull back, then do a buy. Pull back, then buy. pull back, then buy. You want this to come down, then buy. You see what I'm saying? That's your most probable trade. You've got levels in here. You learn your levels. You want to come across here and draw, like I'm going to show you guys just real quick how to draw lines. And we're going to keep it simple. Horizontal line. Bam. Now then, here's an area right here of a lot of things bouncing off of it and trading. Okay, so I just drew a green line. We're going to come up here and we're going to change the color of the line. We're going to say, we're going to make that, heck, my favorite color, pink. Look at that. We got a pink line. Look at that, how it bounced off of that. It respected that area. That's what you're wanting to do. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a call coming in. I've got to go. We will finish this later.